Coming up, ministers say summer holidays are go, says the government. The latest travel changes will remain in place for 3 weeks. Some big changes coming to some big holiday destinations. I'll put your questions to travel expert Simon Calder. Also this lunchtime.
The Lunchtime News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good afternoon. The government is seeking to reassure holidaymakers they can make plans for overseas breaks this summer. The Transport Secretary says the latest changes to the travel traffic light system, which come into effect on Sunday, will not change for 3 weeks. Well, France will come off the Amber Plus list and return to Amber, while 7 other European destinations will be added to the Green list. Several countries on the Red list, including India, will go amber. Our political reporter, Shihab Khan, has more. Well, joining me from Salford is travel expert, and you can find out more about the latest changes to restrictions as well as other travel updates on our dedicated website. That is itv.com/holiday news. Moving on now, 7 men have been jailed for life for murdering a student who was shot dead in a feud between 2 businessmen. Aya Hatch, the reporter Hannah Miller, is at Preston Crown Court. And Hannah, really a shocking case here. There was a strong indication today that the so-called pingdemic may be easing. The high number of weekly alerts urging people to self-isolate has caused concern for businesses, but now across parts of southern Europe, strong winds and high temperatures have caused wildfires to rage for days. Fires in Greece, Italy and Spain have engulfed homes and forests, but it is Turkey that has seen some of the worst destruction and counted the highest loss of life. Yet there was one victory for firefighters there overnight. They contained a fire that had threatened a major power plant. Here's Paul Davies. Now, my next guest is poet and mental health campaigner Hussein Manawar. Most recently, he's spoken out about his struggles in a documentary made by Prince Harry and Oprah Winfrey. Let's take a look. Well, with many students anxiously awaiting their exam results next week, Hussein has written a poem encouraging young people to look beyond the grades and focus instead on their hopes for the future. And I'm very pleased to say that. Well, quickly, some other news. And interest rates are to remain unchanged at 0.1%, the Bank of England. Time now to turn to Tokyo for the latest from the Olympics. And Team GB have this morning taken their 50th medal. And finally, this lunchtime, from gold medal jumps to bold threaded jumpers, Tom Daley captivated crowds at this year's Games. As if his winning dives weren't enough, he's added another string to his bow with an impressive knitting sideline. Armani Ibrahimi weaves the story together. Gold for the Cardi. That is it for now. I'm back at 6:30. Bye-bye. Hello again. Now the main stories in London. Reports of anti-Semitism in London have risen by 50% in a year, according to police have arrested 3 Londoners as part of investigations into the racial abuse of England players. Arsenal's more firearms are being seized by the Metropolitan Police than ever before. It's part of a South Eastern Railway has announced a new accessibility panel led by former Paralympian Andy Barrow in order to improve the experiences of disabled passengers using the network. It comes. And the Natural History Museum has been granted £3.2 million in funding to improve its access for people. Olympics, and Team GB's Liam Heath from Guildford has landed a bronze in the final of the men's kayak single 200 metres. The 30. All right, weather now. Here's Philippa. Let's take a look at what's coming up at 6. We'll be speaking to singer Lily Allen as she makes her theatre debut.